Welcome, everybody. I'm Dan Stake from Commerce Bank of Temecula Valley. It's a pleasure for us to be a sponsor of the Student of the Year program, and we as a company in support of the community hope the best for each and every one of the students moving forward and into their further academic adventures.
The message I'd like to share is how valuable and important I believe the Student of the Month and Student of the Year program is in Temecula Valley. It not only recognizes the value of a sound education and a quality education, but it also validates and celebrates the success of students who are making a difference on their campus each and every day.
We'd like to see the future support of their education as they move forward into their college careers, and maybe beyond that. But we'd like to see that, and then hopefully they can come back and provide that academic and excellence on the job here in the Valley.
Good morning. Welcome. I just want to make sure, is the microphone loud enough? Can everyone hear in the back? Are we good? Okay. My name is Sally Myers, and I am just delighted to welcome all of you here today to our Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce Student of the Year program. And we have a full room, which I'm just totally excited about, and just want to welcome all of you. This is going to be a great time this morning to be able to fellowship, learn more about these fabulous students, and just to be able to leave with just such great joy in our hearts for what they have accomplished. So with that, I am delighted to call forward our superintendent, Mr. Tim Ritter of the Temecula Valley Unified School District, to begin our program this morning. Mr. Ritter.
Good morning and welcome and congratulations. I have the privilege and the honor to introduce to you and ask three individuals to come up this morning. Monty Sharp from Student Venture to lead us in prayer. Alice Sullivan, the president and CEO of the Temecula Chamber of Commerce, and Ethan Tucker from Great Oak High School to sing our national anthem. So if all of those individuals will come up here, please, and Monty.
I am certainly glad, and I'm sure you are, that they didn't ask me to sing this morning. So bless you for doing that. Would you join with me as we ask the Lord's blessing? Father, your word tells us that in all labor there is profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. Lord, we are celebrating this morning young men and women that get that. They have been working hard, they've been diligent, they've been bearing great fruit, they've been touching people's lives, they've been loving, they've been courageous, they've been hard and diligent students and faithful in their service. Lord, all of these great character traits, and we pray that you would bless them today, that they would be inspired by the honor that they're receiving. Lord, that this next season of life would be better by far than even what they've accomplished so far. And so, Lord, may you bless them, and may you be with parents as they're getting ready to send these kids off, many of them, and how hard that is to leave that emptiness behind. But, Lord, may you fill it with your presence. May you fill it with good memories and wonderful new things. And may you bless the teachers and all the folks that are here that have invested in these young people. Father, thank you for Sally, especially, for bringing us together faithfully all these years. Lord, for loving on people, for loving you, for loving this community. Lord, for teaching us what it means to be able to reach out and to love each other. May you honor her and bless her too. Lord, we ask you bless this food to our bodies and bless our time. In Jesus' name we pray, and all God's people said, Amen. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. If everyone can please stand. Please place your right hand on your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Oh, that was outstanding. Thank you so much. And I want to say to Monty Sharp and Student Venture, when we began our program 25 years ago, Monty was our prayer partner then, and he still is today. And I just want to thank you very much, Monty, for all that you do and all that you mean and how you blessed us all these 25 years. So thank you very much from Student Venture. And to Ethan Tucker, that was amazing. She's a Great Oak High School student, so thank you for sharing your lovely voice with us. Boy, we really appreciate that. Thank you. I am honored to introduce to you this morning Brian Connors, and he is the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce Chairman of the Board and with Southwest Healthcare Systems, and he has a few words he wants to share on behalf of the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome everyone to the Temecula Student of the Year ceremony. On behalf of the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce, I would like to congratulate the students on their exemplary achievements as students and as a citizen in our community. Today, the Chamber would like to honor your accomplishment with an engraved award and a certificate for you. A sample of this and our award that is engraved. I think it's somewhere here. So congratulations on that. We're proud of each of you and wish you a successful future. Wherever your path may lead you, the city would be honored to welcome you back as the next generation of local business leaders, politicians, dedicated citizens, and chamber members. As Sally always says, to pay it forward. I would also like to thank all of the generous sponsors, dignitaries, and volunteers that support this program. We appreciate your partnership and commitment to our city's outstanding students. I'd like to take a moment to recognize for a moment the founder of the Student of the Month program. Because of your leadership, Sally, please stand here with me. This program has made a difference in so many lives for both the students and contributors. And please join me in congratulating Sally in this amazing accomplishment. It's incredible. Thank you. What a light she is to everybody. You can't imagine what she brings from the spirit that she has in her, the light that shines through her, and the way she gives back to the community. It makes what the community is today. And we so love you and appreciate you.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I don't know that I can continue. That was very sweet. My goodness, thank you very much for those kind words, Brian. I appreciate it. Well, our program is celebrating 25 years, so this is the end of our 25th year, so next year will be 26. But just to know that we started this program in 1993, and it was with just the few schools that were in town. We had Temecula Valley High School, we had Rancho Vista, we had the Linfield Christian School, and it was very small. And Paradise Chevrolet Cadillac and Buick was one of our first sponsors. And it was just exciting to know that we started this program 25 years ago, and then we moved over to Murrieta in 95, then up to Lake Elsinore in 96, and in Paris Menifee in 98. So in those communities now, we have honored over 8,000 students. And this year, we've actually raised $57,300 in scholarships through the generosity of each of our communities. So we are just thrilled to pieces to know that this program has continued. It has the legacy that it has. It has the faithfulness of all of our sponsors and our schools and our Chamber of Commerce in our city, and that really means a lot. So I want to just share our mission statement because it is the same today as it was 25 years ago when we began our program, and that is really how your son or daughter was originally selected. And of course, they're here today because they filled out that rigorous scholarship application. But to get here initially, the program is all about selecting students that are high school, college-bound seniors for their character, their love of learning, how they juggle, which we know you do, so many activities from community service, campus activities, athletics, or persevering through challenging life circumstances, all in a setting that honors God, our country, community, family, and something as a business owner that we all like, and that's free enterprise. And last night I had the opportunity to visit the Temecula Valley High School Senior Awards, and we talked a little bit about that because you don't have too many places where you can go and you can celebrate that happily and freely under one roof. And we do that here at the Student of the Month program. And I think we're really honored and blessed by the fact that we come and we celebrate our youth. We're not afraid to honor God and our country and all of our business community. So I just really value that. And I want to say thank you so much for your support and generosity to this program for all of these years. I'd now like to introduce our students and our principals today. And when I call your names, if you would please stand, and we're going to speak just a little bit later. We'll hear your stories just a little bit later, but we want to make sure that everybody knows who you are from the get-go. So I'm going to follow our program. And so with Great Oak High School, our principal is Amy Ricken. So Amy, if you want to please stand. And our student of the year is Axel Malud. And I want to just briefly say that Alex is, let me make sure I have the right month. No, Alex is December student of the month. So we're very, Axel, what did I say? Alice. Well, sorry about that, Alice. Too many A's in the room. So Axel is our December student of the month. So I want your family to please stand. And let's give you all a great round of applause. Welcome. And with Chaparral High School, our principal, Nicole Deas. And our student is Anna De Peretta, our November student of the month. And your family, if you would please stand. Let's give you all a great round of applause. Good morning. From the Linfield Christian High School, our principal, Holly Wilson, and our student is Allie Lawler, and she was a November student of the month. And your family and siblings and brothers and sisters, please stand. Temecula Preparatory School, and our headmaster is Michael Agostini. Am I saying that right? Are you here? Oh, wonderful. Nice to meet you this morning. And our student is Chelsea Chickwanda, and she's February student of the month. And if your family and guests would all please stand. And with Rancho Christian High School, I'm delighted to introduce their executive director, Jim Kunau. So if you want to please stand. And then our principal, Mr. Craig Swanson. And our student is Jamie Brown, who's the October student of the month, and all of your family and mentor teachers. So Mr. Ray, that means you too. And with Susan H. Nelson, High School, and our Temecula Advantage Virtual School, our principal, Reggie Ingram, and Ali Calipo, and she's our September Student of the Month. And your family and mentor teacher, please all stand. And with Rancho Vista High School, our principal again, Reggie Ingram. You wear many hats over there. And our student is Liliana Gomez, our January Student of the Month. And your family and mentor teacher, please stand. And our final school this morning, Temecula Valley High School, our principal, Alan Williams, and our student, Juliana Rodriguez, who was the October Student of the Month, and all of your family. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Donna Leone, so thank you very much. And she was the one that was coordinating that wonderful event you had last night at the high school, so thank you for including us. We got to introduce Juliana. So please, all of you stand, and your family and mentor teacher. Thank you. Thank you. So these are our outstanding students and their families, and we're just so excited to have you all here this morning. I'd like to introduce our volunteers. I'm going to ask you to please come forward because you work so hard during the year that I'd like to call forward our chairs, Brooke Nunn and Alice Sullivan with the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce. And as Alice is coming forward, Alice was just honored as the Woman of the Year for this 3rd District for Supervisor Chuck Washington's office. And Brooke Nunn is the one that is behind the scenes doing all the work. She prepares our scholarship applications, the program today. She was here last night setting up with our staff, so just unbelievable support from the Temecula Valley Chamber of Commerce. So we appreciate you ladies so much. And we have several folks that have emceed when I have been unable to attend, and one is no, I want you to stay up here. Holly Wilson from the Linfield Christian School, and Alan Williams from Temecula Valley High School. And I know Alan's not here today, but he was an MC for us. And then we also want to thank Marcia McDonald as well, so thank you, Marcia. And our scholarship and gift coordinator is Jerry Selway, so Jerry, thank you. And of course, Dan Stake from Temecula Commerce Bank of Temecula Valley, one of our great greeters. And he was actually setting the table, doing salt and pepper and sugar shakers last night. I can't even remember all those things. So he was doing everything. Our accountant is Kimberly Garcia. And I think we have everybody up here. So let's give you all a great round of applause.
You want a picture?
Real fast picture. Hello, Jerry. But we're setting the stage for the rest. Gotta have that red necklace. Oh, we have a balloon in the way. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you. We have many breakfast sponsors, and they're all listed inside the program, but we have several of them that are here today, and I want to introduce them to you. From Altera Credit Union, we have Derek Gonzalez and Yvette Avia, and I'm going to ask you all to come forward and kind of line up on either side of me so that everybody can just see our great breakfast sponsors. So Derek, come forward. And Azusa Pacific University, Rachel Jacobs, so just do that 20-yard dash to come up here. And is Bechet Enterprises here this morning? Anyone from Corner Bakery? I don't see them. And from Cal State University San Marcos, our Vice President, Patricia Prado Olmas, if you want to come forward, and Donna San Miguel, please, we'd love to have you up here. And Andrew Davies from Davies Financial Advisors. And from Loma Linda University, Catherine Pepe. From Motion Sports, Dr. Jerry Ezon and David Horner. From Pacific Western Bank, Jerry Selway and that wonderful red necklace that I love. And is Becky Young here from Paradise Chevrolet? If you are, please come forward. From Riverside County Superintendent of Schools, representing our new superintendent, Dr. Judy White, is Rick Peoples. I'm sorry, I had that I had the wrong name up there. So Mr. Rick, you come over here by me. And our Rotary Club of Temecula, do I see Bernie? Are you here? Any Rotarians want to come up here? We'd love to have you up here. From Sullivan Solar Power, Emily Padilla, and Virtual Outsourcing, Lori Mafuro. And do we have any other breakfast sponsors that I might have missed? If not, let's have you come over here, Tammy, over here, so we can spread it out.
Representing Rotary.
Oh, representing Rotary, we're so glad that you're here. Okay, everybody, big smiles. And thank you for being faithful breakfast sponsors. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We love our sponsors because without our sponsors, we would not have our program. We also have an amazing number of gift sponsors, and all of you I know got your first gift bag, which was from Temecula Valley Hospital. It had all kinds of certificates in it. You get another set of gift certificates as well. And I'd like for all of our gift sponsors to come forward as well when I call your name. And of course, we have Derek Gonzalez with Altera Credit Union, so thank you again for participating as a gift sponsor. And Chick-fil-A, we've got a whole group from Chick-fil-A here this morning. We have Tara Gravino, Jim Toth, who is the proprietor of our wonderful Temecula Chick-fil-A, and Tracy Wright. So thank you all so much. So come up here and join us. We just really appreciate you. And we also have with us this morning Which Superior Sandwiches. They're just not great, they're superior. And that is Sandy Word. So Sandy, we want you to come up here as well. And do I have any other gift sponsors that participate in the monthly gifts? I think this is good. All right, big smile. Thank you all so much. Thank you. And talking about gifts, if you look up here on the table, we have a fabulous sample of what you're getting, because now that you're going off to college, you get a laundry basket. You know, it's no fun to go shopping for one for yourself. It's more fun to receive one. And so in that wonderful shopping, and oh, by the way, your basket has your name on it, so nobody else will do your laundry. Only you, right? And so inside that laundry basket are all the wonderful gifts that you've already received. So you get a second set. And we have a great big beach towel from Costco. I love those towels. So that's from Andrea Canichola. CR&R, I want Nicole and Ignacio Valdivina to come forward because they provided an engraved mug with your name on it. So there'll be a lot of fun for that hot coffee and hot chocolate and all those hot, wonderful things, soup and all those good things that you're going to heat up in your room. So thank you, Nicole, very much. From the Linfield Christian School, we've got a special gift as well. And so, Holly, if you want to come forward. And from Nash Dental Care, that's my dentist, Dr. Jerry Sewell, if you want to come forward, please. We have a special gift from you as well. And Promenade, Jeff Kurtz, and Temecula Valley Hospital provides all of our bags. So if I have missed anyone, please, because I've got the light in my face, want to make sure that I haven't missed anybody. But thank you. Let's give them a great round of applause. Thank you all so much. These are the folks, y'all, that they are the ones that faithfully support our program and always want to make it very special for you. And if you do remember that you wrote some thank you notes, guess what? You get another batch and another list. So there'll be no excuses. And we really do have a lot of fun. My parents own Richie's Real American Diner, and the other day my mother calls me up, Sally, I'm still getting those thank you notes and I just love them. And she was reading them to me and we were having more fun. I was pulling out mine and reading mine to her, and she says, oh, well, this is what she said to me. And I said, well, this is what she said to me. Anyway, you know how mothers and daughters banter back and forth. But we just loved them because you all write such original notes. And the message here is that we really appreciate that. So thank you so much. And I have a special guest I'd like to introduce this morning, and that is Elizabeth Russell. So Elizabeth, if you want to maybe stand, if you can, I know you're going to have to squish out just a little bit. And she is a friend of our Chick-fil-A folks, and her name, and she is with, is it Trivent Financial? Is that Trivent? So thank you very much for being here. Thank you, we appreciate that. And if you notice, our tables have wonderful white linen. And you might say, where did that linen come from? Well, I'd like to tell you, Temecula Creek Inn. So we really appreciate all our friends at Temecula Creek Inn. You can see this is a true community effort. And so we all come together to be able to honor you. So we really appreciate Temecula Creek Inn. So thank you. And this morning, you notice that our program is being videotaped, and so we really appreciate that with our wonderful media sponsors. And so we have with us this morning, of course, Group 1 Production, and we have Alan, and we have Lindsay behind the camera here, and Stephen. So thank you very much, Alan, for providing your services to our program every month. Thank you. And CR&R, I want you to please stand. Everyone has seen you, but I want you and Ignacio to please stand because you are the reason that we're able to have Alan here, because we appreciate your contribution to our program for the videotaping. So thank you very much for that. We really do appreciate it. As well as the city of Temecula. Is Charles Walker here this morning? Because sometimes he pops in and maybe, oh, Charles, come over here. Come over here right now. We need to all see you. This is Charles Walker with the city of Temecula. And you were hiding back there.
I was. Yeah.
And so we just appreciate you so much. And we're going to hear from you a little bit when we call up the dignitaries.
That's right.
But thank you for helping us with our media and supporting our program all these years.
I was eating this good breakfast
Oh,
and
good.
mid-bite.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And we are so excited to have somebody new this morning. It is Jimmy Fu behind the camera over there. And I called Alice and Brooke. I said, we really need a photographer to take pictures of Student of the Year. And they said, we've got the right person. It's Jimmy. And so I know you're fairly new to the area, and your kids go to Rancho Christian School, and you go to church there. And yes, look, you got the Rancho t-shirt going on. So anyway, we are just so excited about you being here this morning and taking all these great shots. So they're going to be posting them on the Chamber website, so they're going to be available for everybody. So thank you so much for being here this morning. And Laura Boss is from Temecula Valley High School, and she takes copious notes. And where is Miss Laura at? Laura, you need to come over here too. Everybody needs to know who you are. You work so hard. You write these great stories, and this morning we're going to get to have Jimmy take pictures for you, so that's going to even be more fun. So thank you so much. So nice picture of you and myself. We need to have us. Oh,
Camera change.
Yeah, we're going to get the close-up.
Oh no, close up.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right, this is the part y'all have been waiting for. We're going to actually hear from the students now. And so we have a little protocol that we follow, and it's very simple. And we will invite the principal, the student, and your mentor teacher up here this morning, and our families get to stay seated and just get to enjoy literally watching their son or daughter share this morning. So I know that you parents will enjoy that. So the format will be as follows. The student has about 3 minutes, and in those 3 minutes we're going to hear a lot about you. And I know that you already have a little list that has been given to you, but just so that all of our guests know that you'll be introducing your parents by name. Then we want you to share your passion and how it is unique to you. We want you to share the legacy that you will leave behind in your community, our community, and how you have added value to those around you, how you plan to challenge yourself and grow and develop new relationships and serve others after high school, And then we want to know where you plan on attending school and what your field of study will be. And then once you conclude your remarks, your principal or mentor teacher, whomever has come with you this morning, will just share in about a minute and a half or so a heartfelt character story of the student that really shows how you've made a difference or how you've persevered. And it really gives us that quick snapshot picture of how you are that essence or that spirit of the student of the month. And then parents, like I said, you just get to enjoy. So that will be a lot of fun. I am going to leave the program up here because all the principals will invite the next principal. So we're going to begin with Great Oak High School, and then we're going to follow down, and then we're going to conclude with Chaparral High School. So with that, let's call forward Amy Ricken and Great Oak High School. And as you're up here, I just want to let all the principals know that we have medals because all of you are like Olympic athletes. So we have a medal right here, and you'll place that on your student at the very beginning before they speak. So with that, so we don't miss out, this is for you to give to Alex. So congratulations.
Okay.
I will still stay close to the speaker so everybody gets in. All right.
Well, good morning. On behalf of Great Oak High School, we couldn't be more proud to present the Student of the Year medal to Axel. Go ahead and do that. And with us is Mrs. Diana Arban, who's one of our senior IB history teachers, and then Axel. So I've promised her as much time as she can possibly get today. So moving to the side.
So good morning. So I want to start off by thanking my parents, teachers, and sponsors for all supporting me here today. When I first started attending a school 4 times larger than my middle school, I felt lost among the masses. Every hour it was a struggle, wading through crowds, hurrying from one class to another. Living through that, I resolved that I wouldn't just be another random person. I would do something to set myself apart. 1 year later, I started by being elected to a leadership position for the California Scholarship Federation. Throughout that first year, I found that I quite enjoyed leading a body of students, especially since we were all making a difference through the community. If there's one thing I've developed a passion for, it's leading through service. That's partly why I then chose to join the National Honor Society. To make a difference in the lives around you, you don't have to be famous or well known in any way. In fact, sometimes it's quite the opposite. I've found that change often comes from below. NHS was one of those clubs where we worked from below to inspire widespread change. With the group, I organized a project to serve the community. Along with other members, we set up an Easter egg hunt for special needs children around the community. The organization we partnered with was so enthused by our success, as almost 40 families attended, that they want to host another egg hunt with us next year. And just like that, we started an event that will keep serving special needs children around the area for years to come, hopefully spreading over time. Ultimately, I found that meeting your goals implies stepping out of your comfort zone. Goals are only goals because there's something you haven't yet achieved. I know I was uncomfortable when I first stepped in front of my peers to deliver an acceptance speech, or an election speech. However, I know that as long as I do keep pushing my limits and breaking boundaries, I can always move forward and attain my goals. That's what I hope to do with my life next year at UCLA, where I'll be studying computer science and engineering, and I hope to use what I learned to improve the lives of those around me. And finally, I want to end by thanking my parents, Remy and Sophie, if they could please stand. Without their guidance, inspiration, and motivation, I don't think I'd be where I am right now. Thank you.
Good morning. I have to put my glasses on. I'm Diana Arban, and I have had the pleasure of working with Axel for actually now 3 years as his teacher and as his advisor. Before I talk about how wonderful Axel is, I did want to talk a little bit to the other students here, and I want to apologize to Sally. This is going to be a little longer than a minute. So, I had the honor of just visiting with a former student of the month, like from a few years back. And I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse into your future. These are the types of things that you guys could be doing. He's finishing up his junior year at Notre Dame on a full ride scholarship, academic. He's on track to be summa cum laude. He worked in South Africa in an economic program bringing microloans to poverty-stricken communities. He worked at the State Department with an internship working on Middle Eastern conflicts. He did a semester abroad in Jerusalem and attended a Jerusalem and Palestinian university. And finally, he will be at a paid internship at the State Department this summer in Morocco. So, big stuff ahead of you, yes. So I just wanted to, these are the types of people you guys are going to become. You guys are going to serve the greater good. You're going to use your gifts to create a better and brighter future. You guys are going to be solving the problems that we know exist right now and the problems we don't yet know exist. I am 100% sure Axel will be someone who changes the course of the world. I know this because of the way he uses his intelligence in such a thoughtful and reflective manner. I know this because his determination and drive are both unstoppable and gracious. I know this because his demeanor is both purposeful and humble. A year from now, I know I will be using Axel as my frame of reference for this same event with another student. It is a bit unfair that I am the only teacher that gets to attend this ceremony to celebrate Axel's accomplishments. And since I was able to gush over his accomplishments a few months ago at Student of the Month, I felt it important to bring other teachers' perspectives here today. So I'm going to give you a couple quotes. Quote, Axel was an absolute joy to have in class. He was kind, attentive, engaging with his classmates, and disciplined in his studies. His contributions to projects and discussions made our class better. I could also count on him to politely correct the pronunciation of the French words and phrases I would mercilessly butcher throughout the year. That was from Mr. Benham. Axel, if you don't know, is fluent in French. So, quote, Axel is a very talented programmer. His solutions to problems are both elegant and efficient. He approaches the challenges I set forth this semester with a focus that combines a passion for computer science with the logic and intelligence required to succeed in the field. It's from Mr. Meglio. Quote, Axel is truly an outstanding student athlete. He is respected and loved by his teammates for his effort, competitiveness, and leadership. Just like in the classroom, no one tries harder on the tennis court than Axel. In fact, while it doesn't seem like the smartest move, he has been known to dive for balls on our hard cement courts and crash into the surrounding brick walls in trying to win a point. It's Coach Fisher. Finally, quote, Axel sets the standard for what it means to be a great mathematician. Meticulous and thoughtful, he never seems to make a mistake. However, his mathematical ability comes in second when you compare it to who he is as a person. Kind and compassionate, everyone looks to Axel as a leader. It's from Mr. Maxey. So these contributions pretty much sum up my experience with Axel, both inside and outside of the classroom. Axel will never tell you, like he didn't a little bit ago, that he's the valedictorian at Great Oak. He is the top student, the top out of 846 students. He's off, like he said, to UCLA in the fall to pursue a computer science degree. And what's important to understand is that he didn't attain his position by the cliched image of like CEOs clawing their way to the top through unscrupulous means, or possibly an unnamed politician and their deals with the devil. Axel's accomplishments are both awesome, yet from such a pure and noble place. His humbleness and authentic drive for knowledge make him the perfect choice for the Student of the Year at Great Oak. I am honored to be the teacher that is able to celebrate this accomplishment with him here today. Thank you.
All right, and now we're going to pull up from Temecula Valley Assistant Principal Donna Leone and their Student of the Year.
Good morning. I have the honor of representing Temecula Valley High School in for Alan Williams today, and we have the pleasure of presenting the Student of the Year Award for 2017 for Temecula High School to Juliana Rodriguez. Last night we had the honor of celebrating Juliana at our TVHS Senior Awards Night, otherwise known as the Juliana Awards Night. She actually got a standing ovation. The kids absolutely love her. She is our 2017 valedictorian with a 4.62 GPA. I won't steal her thunder where she's going, what she's going to study. I'll let her share that herself. A couple of things about her. People have said she's humble, she's visionary, she's kind, thoughtful, energetic, dedicated, and hardworking. What I love about those is that she lives by a mantra that I try to live by every day, and I know that she will do this, that if servitude is below you, then leadership is above you. And I know that she has served in so many different capacities, the CLYLP, or the Chicana Latina Youth Leadership Project, as well as she's a SoCal Regional Ambassador, and she's also a Youth Leadership Institute member. Besides that, she's played varsity golf, a drumline. She hopes to do maybe Division I crew where she's going. So she embodies everything that a 21st century learner is inside and outside of school. And we couldn't be prouder to have her representing us this year as our #1 Golden Bear and the valedictorian of our school. Juliana Rodriguez.
Hello. Mrs. Leon said some very nice things. Couple things to add. I'm late to everything and I have no idea what to say today, so I'm going to go through these questions. I want to introduce my parents and my little brother, who is 6 foot, little brother. My dad, Mr. Oscar Rodriguez. My mom, Miss Judith Rodriguez, and little Oliver Rodriguez. You know? They're my support group and my rocks. They're at home. They take care of me every day. So I would like to continue. Share your passion. So I don't really know exactly what I want to do in life. I really like math, and that's pretty fun in a classroom because it's easy and like you can do it, and it's like you can get something, and if you don't get it, it's possible to attain it. So I really enjoy that in the classroom, but like realistically going out into the world, I have no idea what I want to do. I know I want to travel, and I know I want to build things and get my hands dirty. So I guess that's where my passion lies, is finding stuff that I can physically contribute to helping other people somehow, and leaving a legacy. That's a very big word. I don't know how that's going to happen either, but I am going to be attending MIT in the fall, and so I think that's a good place to start, and maybe that will help me kind of figure out what I want to do. I know it's going to challenge me. I always said I wanted to go to the school where I'd be the dumbest person on campus, so I think if there's anywhere, it's going to be right there. I'm definitely going to learn a lot, and I want to thank everybody for helping me get to where I am and giving me the opportunity to go venture out and explore the world, and we'll see what happens. So thank you very much.
All right, so that's typical Juliana. Oh, I'm going to MIT. No big deal. So my name is Anthony Mendez. I had Juliana actually last year in my AP Environmental Science class, and she is an unbelievable person. I have just a couple of stories just from this last week. There's a lot of things that went through my mind. I'm kind of like her. I wing it. I don't prep anything. That's one thing we kind of both have in common. But this last week, and actually just yesterday, I was talking to our ASB director, Mr. Burlingham. And Juliana was supposed to get him her speech for her valedictorian speech for graduation. And he read through it, and he's telling me this story, and he's like, it sounded like a rap song. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. And he's like, it was cool, don't get me wrong. And he's like, and then I asked her, just a little bit about it. And she's like, well, I wrote it last night when we were in line at Space Mountain at Disneyland. And he's like, I wasn't sure if she was serious or not. I'm like, she was serious. I asked her this morning, she was serious. She wrote it in line at Space Mountain. So that's how she is. I mean, she flourishes kind of in the unknown and just sort of reacting, responding. She's amazing at that. Conversations in my classroom with another student, James McDougall, I remember were beyond my comprehension at times. I'm just like, what high school students talk about those things? But then another story that I was thinking about was, I've been telling students, you know, I'm going to be moving into a different role next year at our site, and so a lot of the students reacted in a way where they're like, oh no, Mr. Mendez, you're not going to be teaching AP Environmental Science anymore. What are you doing? What are you thinking? One person responded to me with, that's amazing. That's so incredible. Congratulations for you. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see what you're going to do there. It was Juliana. Out of all the students I've talked to. So that's just a testament to her character, her positive attitude, and all the great things that she's going to bring to the people around her. MIT is getting a very, very special girl. So looking forward to seeing what she does in the future. So congratulations, Juliana.
Program up here. Where did it go?
I lost it.
All right. Let me look who I'm doing next. Okay. I have the privilege of introducing the principal from Linfield Christian High School, Holly Wilson, to come up with her candidate.
So, Linfield Student of the Year, Miss Allie Lawler. Present that to you. Congratulations. Allie, you are such a well-rounded student. You're excellent in the classroom. We haven't had our awards night yet, so we haven't announced our valedictorian. But you are brilliant in the classroom. But what I think is so remarkable about you is you are a culture changer. What you do in the classroom when I speak to your teachers, and then what you do in our hallways, and more importantly outside our hallways, is your kind and pure heart makes everyone want to be a better person. So I am so grateful to present to you Linfield Student of the Year, Miss Allie Lawler.
Good morning. Thank you to everyone who's involved in this program and making it happen. I believe that I was given this opportunity to stand up here today, not because of the list of accomplishments that I presented, but because of the heart that is the driving force behind them. I have passion, that's unmistakable, but what fuels it is not self-ambition, but the impact that is made by serving others. Because of this, I'll never grow weary in doing good. I have found my specific calling in helping the special needs community, and that is because of my little brother Ethan, who was born with Down syndrome. Thank you, little dude. From him, I have acquired the ability to find and strengthen the abilities in others and not see them for their disabilities. A challenge that I've given myself is to improve the special needs community in ways I've never done before. As of now, I have worked with the special needs community on an international level through a language barrier in the classroom, in sports, in church, on stage, with adults, and with children. But over this summer, I'm so thankful to be able to be a part of an internship for the Best Buddies program in Los Angeles. And if you don't know what that is, it's a nonprofit organization that creates opportunities for one-on-one friendships, integrated employment and leadership development for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. I look forward to being a part of such an impactful organization and look forward to the future opportunities that lie down the road. This includes attending Revelle College at the University of San Diego, where I'll be majoring in sociology with a focus in inequalities. After college, I will become an international advocate for the differently able community on an international scale. Thank you so much for this scholarship. It's an amazing contribution to fund my dreams in the future. I would also like to give a thank you to my parents, Ashley Lawler and Justin Lawler, who are here today, and my siblings, Ethan and Brooklyn Lawler. You guys mean the world to me. I love you so much. I wouldn't be where I am today without you guys in so many different ways. So thank you so much. And thank you for Miss Blades and Mrs. Wilson for accompanying me today. So thank you, everyone.
So I was struggling with what to focus on about Allie because I have been her AP English teacher for 2 years, and I could certainly talk about she's very intelligent, she's very articulate, perceptive, inquisitive. She has great work ethic. So that I could go that route, or I could focus on she's super joyful. We are in a weekly Bible study of senior girls, and so I've got to know her funny, quirky, kind of silly side sometimes too. But I think when I think back on Allie, I think what I'm going to remember is her determination and her initiative. And you saw her passion and the way that she's lived that out. Like when she was a junior, she pretty much single-handedly organized and put on an assembly for the student body and to teach them about Down syndrome. And I remember thinking, she was so quiet in the classroom, and then she went up there and she spoke boldly in front of her peers. And then she organized a bunch of them to start volunteering at the Special Olympics, and they have a group of the young athletes that meet sometimes on Saturdays, and I went to one of those and I saw her leading this group and leading her fellow students in helping people, helping others, and just her passion for that I think is amazing. I also saw this on her leadership on the basketball team. She played on our girls basketball team, and she's somebody who never gives up. She would fight for every single possession, and she never lost faith in her teammates. She never lost faith in herself, and she just fought through everything. And so I just think Allie is this beautiful example of what it means to live out your faith and your convictions in strength and integrity. And I just have no doubt that God is going to use all of her gifts and her compassion to change the world for His glory. Oh.
And now from Rancho Vista High School, Mr. Reggie Ingram.
Good morning. It is with a great pleasure to introduce Rancho Vista High School Student of the Year, Lily. I have had the extreme pleasure of working with Lily this year, and I continue to be impressed with her desire to be successful. She is a very responsible, hardworking young lady who represents many fine characteristics of what is good in young people. Lily graduated early from Rancho, but when she was at school, she was very helpful to her peers and could be counted on to be a leader. We are so proud of Lily and all her accomplishments this year. Last night, Lily was recognized by Riverside County Office of Education as a top scholar. This is the first time RCOE recognized students at a continuation school. We are so proud that she received this honor. The committee was so impressed with Lily's accomplishments this year, they asked her to speak at the event. She was outstanding. It is my pleasure to introduce Lily.
Good morning, everyone. I'd just like to start off by introducing my parents, Eric Gomez and Carla Gomez. I would not be here today without them. Thank you. And I also have my Aunt Yenny Lenatis and my grandma, Margarita Lenatis. Thank you. Today I'm honored to be awarded as Student of the Year for Rancho Vista High School. Sorry guys. I'd just like to start off by saying that going to Rancho Vista has been an experience like no other. And yes, it may not be a traditional high school, but my experience at Rancho Vista, I wouldn't give that for anything. I have struggled with school for about several years. I was in the 5th grade when my grades and interest in school started to drop. I went from a girl loving school to a girl who couldn't care less, hence the reason I ended up at a continuation school. I was in the 10th grade when I made the decision to transfer to Rancho Vista. It was an ideal choice for me to leave my home school, but it was the only choice for me if I wanted to graduate in 2017. I started at RVHS with only 30 credits and the motivation to get back to a traditional high school, but standing up here representing Rancho means that I changed my path and decided to stay, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. You see, when I was at a traditional high school, I felt lost in a huge sea of students. I felt like I was drowning in schoolwork, and I felt whenever I made the promise to myself, my parents, my teachers to do better, it never made a difference. I missed school so often that I was learning at a 6th grade level in the 9th grade, but to me at the time that wasn't a problem. I felt that I could have fixed it at any time, but I was absolutely wrong. It took my homeschool's guidance counselor to tell me you will not be graduating in 2017 if I continued on this path, to decide to get my academic life on track. During that meeting with my counselor, we decided that Rancho Vista would be the best option for me, and we even discussed that I could return to my homeschool, but after my first 2 weeks at Rancho, I knew I would never be returning to a traditional high school. The staff at RVHS are unbelievable. Each person who works there, from the front office ladies down to the janitor, are part of the students' lives. The teachers are the best. They have their quirky ways of teaching us students and helping us remember things, but one thing they all have in common is their driven desire to help and motivate each student. The students in my school, my fellow classmates, are amazing. There are no groups or popular kids. Everyone is just friends with everyone. We all kind of just go with the flow. The flow being consisted of catching up on credits, working hard, and motivating each other. Mr. Ingram here is running an amazing school. Flash forward to now, to this very moment, I am officially graduated. Thank you. I have overcome so many obstacles in my life, and I'm so proud of myself to making it to where I am now. If someone would have told me by your senior year you'll be an honor roll student, a top scholar, win multiple awards like this one, I would have looked at that person and said, you're talking to the wrong person. I would have never thought they're talking about me. So now I am prepared to go to college. I'm going to Palomar Community College to study nursing, and I'm currently working at Chuck E. Cheese. And Rancho Vista has just really prepared me for my next step in life. So I'd like to thank my family here today, my family at home who couldn't be here. I'd like to thank the Rancho Vista staff and Mr. Ingram. Thank you to my lovely teacher friends. They can't be here today, but Miss Rice and Miss Cunningham, they motivated me every day to catch up on my credits and do better. Another huge thank you to all the Student of the Year sponsors. For a girl like me who thought I wasn't going to graduate or thought I would never be up here to receive an award like this is absolutely amazing, and I can't express that enough. And thank you to everyone in the crowd for being such great listeners, and finally, congratulations to all the Student of the Years.
Can I have Allie from Susan H. Nelson? It is my honor to introduce Susan H. Nelson, Student of the Year, Allie. Allie attends our independent study program. She has been at our school for 1 year and has made a huge impact with our staff. Allie is an exceptional student. She is seen by all of her teachers as a brilliant example of what is good in young students. Allie is thoughtful, kind, well-mannered young lady. Allie is everything that a teacher might want or expect in a student. Staff at Nelson describe Allie as a hardworking, determined, and reliable student. Allie is the student we all want in our class. She has made a lasting impression on our school. It is my pleasure to introduce Allie.
Good morning, teachers, students, and sponsors. Thank you for having me today. It's a tremendous honor. I've been attending Susan Nelson for about a year, since my second semester of my junior year. And at this time in my life, I decided that public school wasn't particularly for me. I felt as though I was not expressing myself to my fullest potential. I've always been very dependent, but I never truly allowed it to be something more, to be something a part of my identity, and allow it to be a part of my relationships and my academics and my future. It wasn't that I wasn't social in public school or I didn't have good grades. I was the captain of my Tahitian team, I had plenty of friends, and had very decent grades. I just wanted a place that would accept me for my individualism, and a place where my academic progress would not be compared to others. It was a difficult obstacle to overcome, accepting my independence and fully comprehending that it is okay to have a unique perspective on things. I knew in my mind that I could use my independence to its full capacity, and to me that was independent studies. I became a professional Polynesian dancer at age 15, and it truly changed me as a person. I was able to teach my passion to other people in my community, and overall, I was teaching myself a very important lesson of my own, that my independence does not prevent me from sharing my happiness with others. I accepted that I find most happiness in helping my students and others around me, and for them accepting me for who I am, and for me to do the same for them. As I continued my high school career at Susan Nelson, I not only had more time for my hobby and my passion, but I was able to explore different aspects about myself that I would not have known otherwise. I understood that yes, I work best independently, but I was able to practice poetry, I was able to travel, and I was able to find a passion in music, and I was able to do all of these things while balancing with my academics. Looking back at myself before the transition into Susan Nelson, I can say I have grown immensely as a person, and I am very proud who I have become and who I will continue to become as I grow older. Unknowingly, Susan Nelson has prepared me for adulthood. I am most confident in my future because of the opportunities I have given as an independent studies student. I plan to use these opportunities and my knowledge to attend college in Portland, major in psychology, and pursue a career as an independent therapist. Not only will my previous experience as a teacher assist me in this direction, but my determination to make a difference in my community as well. I believe this route will allow me to utilize my passion for helping people in the real world. With that being said, I would like to introduce my parents, Daryl, Janet, my stepmother, Kim, and my sister, Amanda. You guys could stand. And I want to thank you guys for supporting me today and every other day. I would like to thank you, Mr. Ingram, for representing me, and Mr. Brown for always inspiring me to do best. I would also like to thank the sponsors once again for allowing me to be here, and congratulations to the students. A pleasure being awarded alongside of you.
Well, good morning. I want to congratulate all the students who are here, but particularly I want to congratulate Allie. She's been, for those of you who don't know about Susan Nelson School, we meet with our students one day a week for 90 minutes. So they truly are independent. They do all their work at home. They come in for their appointment. We go over what we need to go over in terms of preparing them for the next week. So truly our students at our school are independent learners, and they take the initiative and the self-discipline upon themselves to be the successes that they become. We truly have a great cross-section of students, and Allie, one of the things that I just really appreciate about Allie as a student is that what you saw up here is what I see every week, a very calm, a very level-headed, a student who just doesn't have real high highs or low lows, but she's always very dependable, very even keel, and that is going to take her a long way in her life. I know she wants to be a therapist, and I think that just that calm, measured personality that she has is going to go a long way with her clients. And she mentioned about being a teacher, and I think that one of the things that she didn't mention is that her students range in age from very young, like about 3 years old, to students who are in their 40s. And no matter who her students are, they all have the respect for her, that she can cross that intergenerational line and appeal to anybody because of the personality that she has, the nature that she has, and that will make her the success that she will be. So Allie, I specifically and personally want to congratulate you on being our Student of the Year. Congratulations.
It is my pleasure to introduce the principal at Rancho Christian High School, Mr. Craig Swanson.
It is my privilege and pleasure to introduce Jamie Brown to everyone, our Student of the Year at Rancho Christian School. I am new to Temecula this year, and new to Rancho Christian, so I won't take too much time. And I found out this morning that Michael has been here since students rode horses to school. So I will give him all of the time. But first, we'll hear from Jamie.
Thank you. Yes, okay. Hello, everybody. This is an amazing program, and I'm so happy to see all of you today. Congratulations to all of the Students of the Year. You guys have obviously done amazing work. You're obviously amazing people, and I'm excited for your futures, so congratulations on what you've all accomplished. I've been asked to share what it is that I'm passionate about, like all of you. The truth is, my passion is not any one thing. Rather, it is the accumulation of a myriad of interests which can be summed up into one word: happiness. My passion is happiness and the pursuit of true happiness and fulfillment in life. Perhaps when thinking about what our passion is, we tend to think about what we want our future career to be. However, I tend to think in really large concepts and and immediately applied this question to my entire life to view it as a bigger picture of what I want my life to be a reflection of. My passion is happiness because it allows me to do what I love, to serve my God, and to love others. My passion may be unique because I have learned that it is given to me as a result of God's love and life within me. And I've come to realize that the way in which we find happiness is not through focusing on ourselves and our own desires. It is by shifting our focus onto others. My passion is happiness because my passion is happiness, which means that I get to do one of the things that I love most, to help others and to love others, so that I can make a positive impact in their lives. My passion can also be stated this way: I have a passion for spreading life, love, and happiness because it is a reflection of God's love and life, and the life He gives overflowing from me that I yearn to share with others. Since happiness is my goal, it allows me to pursue another interest of mine, which is caring for God's creatures. I really love animals, and I have a hope to become a zoologist so that I can share my passion and what makes me happy with others. As I embark on the next chapter of my journey, I plan to attend the University of California, Davis in the fall, and I am excited to be involved with the many opportunities it offers, which will help me to learn by challenging me academically and teaching me not only about the profession I hope to pursue, but also more about myself, to grow as an individual, to meet new people who not only share the same passions as me, but also are vastly different from me, because I know I stand to learn a lot from both. And to try new experiences and go on new adventures, perhaps studying abroad to broaden my perspective of the world along the path I pursue towards my passion of happiness. In addition to this, I am eager to challenge myself working with a local vet this summer, which I'm very excited about, to serve and assist her and gain invaluable experience alongside her, which will help me on my way towards meeting my goals. Although I look forward to all that my future holds, it is imperative to mention that none of this would be possible without the incredible love, dedication, sacrifice, and support of my parents, Howard and Linda Brown. Could you please stand up? They've been there for me all along the way. I never think that I'm able to accomplish anything extraordinary, anything special, but they've always believed in me, and I'm so thankful for you. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Michael Ray.
Thank you, Jamie. I've had the privilege of having Jamie as a student in, I think, 4 or so classes. Yeah, I started all the way starting with freshman year of Foundations of Modern Science, where she labored through Aristotle with me. That was fun. But this year she had me for physics. One of the things I love about Jamie is she's never satisfied with doing anything in a small way. She always has to give it her best in all that she does. Every time she even turns in a test, she's always like about ready to hand it to me, and then she's pausing going, maybe I could do just a little bit better on that last question. This year I also had the privilege of serving as her advisor as she was preparing her senior project. At Rancho, our students have to complete a final project in which they write a paper between 11 and 15 pages long. And then they have to present that to a panel of individuals from the community, school board members, and faculty members. And it's kind of intimidating. Jamie was supposed to turn her paper in to me, and she didn't get it to me on the due date, which was really weird because Jamie always gets everything in on time. And so I asked her, I said, Jamie, where's your final paper? She says, it's almost done. It's almost done. I'm going to get it to you. When she turned it in, it was 53 pages long. And you got a little bit of a taste of that this morning because it was an academic thesis on how do we find fulfillment and purpose in our lives. She was quoting Aristotle from freshman year, which was awesome, Nietzsche, C.S. Lewis, G.K. Chesterton. It was a scholarly paper but it was also a heartfelt paper. The reason why it was 53 pages long is because she couldn't say it in a small way. She had to ensure that she communicated it fully from her heart, and it was an amazing opportunity for me to read through it. I had a red pen in my hand. I never used it. I read through the whole thing, and it was just a joy and a pleasure the whole time. And not only speaks a little bit about her academics, but the best thing about Jamie, and that every teacher would tell you, is that she's got a servant's heart. She loves people. She cares for them. I don't think I've ever heard her say a negative thing about another person. In fact, she's always that individual that when she sees individuals having conflict or that they're complaining about something, she'll say, maybe we need to look at this a different way, or maybe we can find the best in this situation. And so she's got a servant's heart, and I have no doubt she's going to carry that forward with her in her journey through life, because she truly does love others before herself. And that's the thing we appreciate about her most. So Jamie Brown, congratulations. Awesome job.
Thank you.
This is not the program. All right, can I borrow somebody's program, please? Thank you. Yes, okay, thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce from Temecula Preparatory School, Principal Tim Bagby, but Tim is not here, I don't think. Well, oh, okay. Sorry, Chelsea Chigwanda is the Student of the Year. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hi, good morning. I'm Michael Augustine, the new head of school at Temecula Preparatory School, and it's my honor to present Chelsea with the Student of the Year Award. So this is just my third week at the school. I just relocated from Northern California, and the first thing I'd just like to say is what a wonderful event. Just to see the support of the community for the educational programs in Temecula is just wonderful to see. It's very inspiring. So a round of applause to all the people that put this together. As I said, I'm just coming to the school, and Chelsea was actually one of the first students I did talk to when I arrived, and I was immediately struck by her maturity and just her sincere. She's just a sincerely nice person, and so that really struck me right away. And I was talking with her family today. She has a wonderful family and parents, and so I'm very proud that she's able to receive this award today. So I'll let her speak now.
So I want to start my speech by introducing my family. So my parents, Gloria and Naval, and my sister, Trinity. Thank you guys for all that you do for me and for supporting me all these years. I also want to thank the generous benefactors and sponsors of this event for all their generous contributions. I want to thank all the families that are here today and the students and the educators. I also want to thank my teachers, Mr. Ariola and Mr. Resch, and Dr. Augustini, my headmaster, and my mentor, Mrs. Coltrane, who's here today. And lastly, I would like to thank Mrs. Sally Myers for continuously hosting this event and for doing something so great for our community for students like myself. Also, congrats to all the other Student of the Years. I'm very proud of you guys. For me personally, I have a lot of passions, but there are three that mean the most to me, and they are writing, economics, and service. To most people, this is an odd mix of passions, but for me, they always seem to come together as one. I've been writing stories since I was in 4th grade, but I began seriously writing a book in the 8th grade. I recently published this book last year after 5 years of writing and editing, and I'm not proud of the book because I've written it, but rather because of the story about friendship that it tells. I think friendship is a very valuable thing especially in high school, looking at people for their character. For me to be passionate about something, I have to turn that passion into an action. So there's a story I'd like to share about Mrs. Coltrane. When I first came to TPS, Me and my brother, we had like nowhere to go after school. My parents work about 2 hours away from where I go to school, so they couldn't pick us up till a little later. And there was a childcare at TPS, but it's only open until like 6 p.m. So Mrs. Coltrane told me and my brother that we could come there and volunteer and work with the kids and tutor them because we were obviously too old to be kids there. So we did that for a while, and childcare closed at 6, but when my parents would show up at 6:30, Mrs. Coltrane would be there waiting with me and my brother until she saw the headlights of my parents' car come through the loop. And for me, like, this is just like a huge act of service because sometimes the smallest things are the most impactful. Thanks to her, I began my own service program called Roots to Grow at my local library, where I tutor kids every Saturday in various subjects. And it's an important program to me because I've had mothers come up to me and say that, this program, I really can't speak English at home, and you're the reason why my son's able to pass English in school. Or one mother said to me that the tutoring program was the difference between her daughter being able to play volleyball or quitting the sport. So people like them make me want to strive to do better every day. I plan to attend the University of Pennsylvania and concentrate in business economics and finance. I hope to use my degree to form new relationships and learn from other people. I plan to conduct research on education systems and economic systems in third world countries and the correlation between the two to see if education can really boost an economy. I can only hope to impact people in the way that my parents and my teachers, Mr. Ariola and Mr. Resch and Mrs. Coltrane, have impacted me. As John F. Kennedy once said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest form of appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Thank you.
It's really an honor to be here with such amazing students, and it's quite a privilege. And my name is Eric Resch. Chelsea has been my student for 3 years at Temecula Prep, and I can tell you we're a small school, and we get to know each other quite well. And I can testify to this fact that Chelsea is nothing short of amazing in so many areas. And so in thinking about today, I thought maybe I would create a list of things that would help us understand her great qualities. Chelsea is brilliant. She's hardworking, intellectual, academic, scholarly. She's always optimistic, imaginative, courageous, committed to excellence, and she's a born leader. And I'm going to go even further and say she's very classy and even glamorous. But there is more to Chelsea than that. In fact, I think there are things that are really her redeeming qualities, because she's not just a high achiever, she also is a very wonderful person on the inside. So our list wouldn't be complete if we didn't include these things as well. Chelsea's very kind. She's very gracious. She's very considerate of others. She's loyal to friends, families, and teachers. She has utmost integrity. She's honest in all things. And I think best of all, she's humble and she's really genuinely appreciative. So Chelsea, I can't tell you how proud of you. All of us are. You're so well balanced and you're such a hard worker, and we just can't say enough good things about you. So we're very proud that you are our Student of the Year, and you've really earned it.
I'd like to introduce the next principal from Chaparral High School, Principal Nicole Diaz.
Thank you very much. I am overjoyed and excited to recognize Anna De Preda as our Student of the Year at Chaparral High School. Anna had the opportunity to select which teacher she wanted to come and be here to celebrate with her tonight. And understandably and without surprise, she selected Mr. Smith. And so I want to give the majority of the time to him. But it was a race to see which teacher, because every single teacher on our campus, even individuals who have not had the opportunity to teach Anna in their classrooms, would have been overjoyed and honored to be here today. How does Anna represent and embody all things Student of the Month, and even more exceptionally, Student of the Year? As a mom, I have always made it a goal to read chapter books out loud to my children, even at a very young age. I think I read Harry Potter to my oldest when she was 18 months old, just so she could hear the sound of the words. And I remember reading and hearing a quote that J.K. Rowling wrote in one of the books, and it really resonated with me, and it was something that has stayed with me. And I thought, wow, anytime I can come across an individual in my life who represents this, I will have met somebody that has left an impact not just on me, but everybody around him or her. The quote is, "It's a curious thing, but perhaps those who are best suited to power are those who have never sought it. Those who, like you, have leadership thrust upon them and take up the mantle because they must, and find to their own surprise that they wear it well." And when I was able to meet Anna over the years, especially this year, I thought, wow, she has never asked to be a leader. She has never pushed herself forward in that capacity, yet she keeps on finding herself there, because inside and outside of the classroom, she leads through her example, her intellect, her integrity, and she changes lives because of that. It is such an honor and an exciting thing to have a student who embodies all of this represent us as our Student of the Year. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Anna as our Student of the Year.
Good morning. Before I start sharing about myself, I'd like to introduce my parents who have been there for me with everything throughout my life. So my mom, Claudia Preda, and my father, Julio Preda. If you may please stand. My parents are the most selfless people I know, and I wouldn't be here today without their guidance and without their love and dedication to myself and my brothers, who I'm also very thankful for today. Thank you to Mrs. Davis for establishing a safe place on campus to be, and honestly for leading Chaparral in the best way. You're an inspiration to everyone, and I admire you a lot. Thank you to my teacher, Mr. Smith, who was really, his teaching and his support was really the first stepping stone in my educational career, and I'm so thankful for him, so thank you. And thank you to all our sponsors and the volunteers who made this day possible, especially Mrs. Sally Myers. Thank you so, so much. And without further ado, I will share a little bit about myself. So a few years back, I came across the following statement: "Follow your bliss and the universe will open doors where there were only walls," by Joseph Campbell. This quote follows me everywhere. I saw it just in a documentary last night, and it's followed me everywhere. I'm now following my bliss in hopes that doors will be opened for me. It is a bliss contrived by chemical reactions, advanced integrals, and a timeline of U.S. history. It is a bliss for humanity, for literature, and for the environment. I'm following my bliss, and I know that the doors soon to be opened will be entropic, but perfect for all that lies within.
I like it.
I realize that life goes on beyond college, beyond high school, and beyond textbooks. Yes, the above mentioned are footholds necessary to succeed, but success in life comes from interactions with others. It comes from applying knowledge and solving problems together with like-minded individuals. It comes from passion. It is love for this planet that will save us from ourselves. It is love for my peers and a genuine regard for others that will produce technology to better humanity. It is art, music, love for cultures, languages, and history that keeps me grounded and well-versed, so that I understand that my actions will have impacts on real, beautiful people. At Chaparral, I was fortunate enough to be able to lead a few groups on campus, And given that opportunity, I was able to foster leadership skills, and I was able to give back to the school and the people who have given so much to me. Through a few other activities, I learned quite a number of traits. Through golf, I learned patience. Through music, I learned to harmonize with the environment and balance my life. And as I said, through the clubs on campus, I learned that servile leadership is the only way to lead. With regards to how I plan to continue to challenge myself as I continue on my pathway through life, I will be attending the Georgia Institute of Technology in the fall to study chemical and biomolecular engineering. And with this, I hope to create alternatives for plastics and that are better for the environment and help to just overall better our world for everyone else. So thank you so much again, and here's my teacher, Mr. Smith.
Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you, Anna, for an introduction there, and thank you, Sally, for a fantastic event once again. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but she had about 3 or 4 high-level chemistry concepts alluded to in her speech there, which makes me very proud as her AP chemistry teacher. I think it's amazing with this celebration today. It looks like our May gray is dissolving into the beautiful spring sunshine, and the rest of the day is just going to take off from here. But I just want to say that it was an honor when Anna came to me last week or early this week and asked me to accompany her as the faculty representative from Chaparral, because there are so many fine teachers that contributed to the amazing accomplishments that Anna has had. And I know that they celebrate, like I do, the amazing times that she spent in their classes and the contributions that she gave to their classes, because she's amazing. And I first met Anna as a sophomore 3 years ago in AP Chem, and AP Chem's a great class. It's an amazing class. It's a very difficult class, and it brings forth challenges that many students have never had, even the top level students. And it's amazing when I see students develop during the year. When AP Chem is often a very early AP class for many students, and so as 10th graders or 9th graders are taking it, and they haven't quite established their pathway to maximizing their academic potential in some cases. And the challenges put forth by AP Chemistry can trigger, in many cases, an epiphany in my students, and I see that. And Anna is a perfect example of that. It's a tough class to teach also, because I feel really bad when I beat up on little kids at the beginning of the year. And they fail a test for perhaps the first time in their life, perhaps the first time in their family's life. It's hard to handle, but at the same time, that triggers something in these students where they push beyond their comfort level. As all of us know, we are quite capable of accomplishing way more than what we ever give ourselves credit for. And I think that moment happens a lot, and it happened for Anna. And I appreciate the way she's given back to the program too, as a leader in the chemistry club that helps to promote fellow students to do better and better on the tests. She's done amazing things. And when she told me that she chose me because it was my class that essentially kicked her into high gear, I'm honored.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to reintroduce Sally up to the podium. Thank you, Sally.
Great time of sharing, and I always take copious notes, so I always appreciate all that you share and the fact that you open your heart. And we know that it's not easy to share sometimes just to your closest friends, because you may not want to be able to share too much, but yet you shared just a touching amount with us this morning, gave us a little bit more insight into who you are, and to know that we are also fortunate to be the recipients of knowing a little bit more about your story. So thank you very much. At this time, we're going to go into the program about our scholarships, which you know is what this particular breakfast is all about, is our Student of the Year scholarship and recognition. And so all of the students in your laundry basket, so don't wash them, you have an envelope. It looks like this. And inside that envelope is a letter. And Jerry, Selway, if you want to come forward so that everyone can see you. Jerry prepares these letters, and we list all of the sponsors that contribute to the scholarship. And this year's scholarship per Student of the Year is $1,350. And we're very excited about that, yes. So together, our scholarship donors raised $10,800. And then we divide that equally between the 8 students. And if it had been a cent, it would be 1,351 cents. So you get it all, okay? That's important to know. Well, this letter not only confirms your scholarship, but the last page is a fulfillment page. And what you're going to do is you're going to complete this as soon as you get your student ID number, as soon as you know where we're going to send that wonderful check off to. And then you're going to fill that form out, and you're going to email it or mail it to Jerry. And we'd like to have probably about 3 to 4 weeks notice to when your school definitely needs that check in hand. She sends me the information that she received it, she's verified it. I cut the check, give it to Jerry, and she actually sends that letter off to your school. And so we're very excited about that. So be sure that you don't lose this. So, Jerry, I'm going to give this to you so that we can get this back in Anna's basket, because we want to make sure Anna has hers. So our scholarship donors have been coming to all of our breakfasts, and they look forward to this special time because we know that you completed that rigorous scholarship application and you wrote some essays, and the Chamber of Commerce, under the direction of Brooke and Alice, they put together this application. They bring in all the judges from the community, and they go through all of those, and they work hard and diligent to read those stories, and then they select the Student of the Year from each one of our school sites. So you competed against students from your own school. And so our scholarship donors are fully listed in our program, and we have several of them that are here today. And I'm going to ask you, when I call your name, to please stand over by Jerry, and we'd like for you to take just a few seconds and give a moment of congratulations, words of wisdom to the students. And before we do that, I'd like to ask all of our students to please stand, and we're going to have you go to these chairs and take a seat. Each chair has your name on it, and we've got them as close to your family table as possible. So we'll just take a few seconds and let you all get comfortable in those chairs. This way we can look at you all at one time. You're just an amazing group of young people. And one boy and all girls. You are very special. Oh, that is great. All right, very good, very good. So I'm going to call our scholarship donors forward over by Jerry, and we would love for you to share a few words, and then you're welcome as you return to your seats. If you wish to shake their hands, you are welcome to do so. Abbott Vascular has been just a favorite and a faithful scholarship donor, and I'd like to introduce Ken Carlisle and Ray Evans, if you gentlemen want to come forward. And we also have Commerce Bank of Temecula Valley, Dan Stake, and First Citizens Bank, Alicia Garrett, PKC accounting firm, Keith Krasinski, if you want to come forward, Keith, and MSJC, Morris Meyer, and he may have popped out, and Pacific Western Bank, Jerry Selway, and Sullivan Solar Power, Emily Padilla. And if I missed anyone, please let me know. Otherwise, let's begin with Ray Evans and Abbott Vascular. Thank you.
Well, my name's Ray Evans. I'm representing Abbott Vascular here in the Valley. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate all the students. Great achievement. Very proud of you all. I'd also like to congratulate the parents and support staff of these pupils. I know it takes a lot, I have 3 grown children. Yes, my accent's slightly different, but I was born in the UK. I have 3 grown children, all educated, 3 of them have degrees, so I know what it takes to get to where you're going. This is a new chapter in your life. Enjoy it. I know there's a lot of pressure, but don't have that fun as well. You have to do that in life. You know, I've worked for this company this is my 28th year with Abbott. I've been very fortunate. I've traveled all around the world with them, ended up here in Temecula, which is an awesome place. Been here for the last 17 years, plan to retire here, so, you know, you're starting out in your life. But again, congratulations, work hard, but bring it back to the community. As I said, you know, I've been here for 17 years in this valley, beautiful place. As I said, I've worked and traveled all around the world, but you'll find no better place than this. So again, congratulations. Over.
Good morning, students, and congratulations. I'm Dan Stake from Commerce Bank of Temecula Valley, and on behalf of our company, I want to convey our extreme appreciation of your guys' efforts, and we look forward to hearing about your further endeavors as you move ahead into the college ranks moving forward. And also on behalf, I wanted to also mention on behalf of Elisa Garrett for Citizens Bank, she had to leave a little bit ago, conveying the same thing to each and every one of you. But congratulations also again to the family, parents, family, and friends for supporting all of you along this journey, and keep up the good work. There's a few more journeys on the way. Again, congratulations, everyone.
Good morning. I'm Keith Krzeski with PKC Kubler. Our firm is very proud to be a sponsor of these young men and women. First off, congratulations to the parents, the teachers. Just hearing the stories this morning, you're doing a wonderful job. Continue the good work. Young men and women, you know, coming here, it's one of the events I so look forward to. Hearing your accomplishments, your aspirations, it really serves as an inspiration to me, and I just commend you and ask you to continue to do what you're doing. As far as advice, pretty simple. Continue to dream big. Don't be afraid to fail. Learn from your failure and move forward. And biggest bit of advice I would say is breathe and enjoy the journey, and enjoy that with loved ones, with family and friends. So congratulations, and continue to do good work.
Good morning, parents and teachers and students. My name is Emily Padilla. I'm with Sullivan Solar Power. There's a quote I wanted to share with you this morning. It's by Elaine S. Dalton, and it's one that I love. It says, "If you desire to make a difference in the world, you must be different from the world." And that's a quote that I love. I feel that I see that with some of you students. You are different. There's things about you that are unique and special, and you embrace that. And I would share with you on behalf of our company that we are grateful to be here, to be participating, and to support you in your journey, and to remember that it's okay to be different, and it's okay to have uniqueness and talents that are different, and that is what makes us special, and that truly we all need each other. And that's why God put us here, and we have our trials and challenges, because through our trials and challenges we can help each other in different ways. So congratulations, and we wish you all the best, and we wish God to be with you. Thank you.
Good morning. As Sally mentioned, I'm Jerry Selway, and on behalf of Pacific Western Bank, I'd like to congratulate you on receiving the 2017 Student of the Year Award. Many people from your community have supported and encouraged you on your journey. Parents, of course, teachers, counselors, coaches, principals, community leaders, and organizers, including everyone here today. We all know you will continue to make us proud, and we look forward to following your progress. In the next few years, you will be faced with decisions and challenges, some difficult, some not consequential. When you consider these difficult decisions, don't lose sight of where you have resolved to go and what you have resolved to accomplish. And when you resolve those challenges, don't forget where you're from. Thanks.
Thank you. Our final presenters are going to be our dignitaries, and they are also a very faithful part of our program, and it is just so special to know that they come and they enjoy being able to share with you, and it's nice to know that our state legislators, our county, our school districts, our city are all behind each one of you. So with that, I'd like to introduce them now, and you all will speak in the order of which I call you forward, and we'll stand over here where Alice is at. And we will begin with Brenda Dinstad, who represents our Congressman Ken Calvert, then Debbie Herrera, representing our Senator Jeff Stone, Denny Horn, representing, I don't believe Denny is here this morning, but we have Ton Stinson, representing our Assembly Member Marie Waldron, and Robin Rhodes, representing our Riverside County Board of Supervisors Chuck Washington, and Brendan, I'm sorry, I missed you, but Brendan is representing our Assembly Member Melissa Melendez. Thank you very much. And Charles Walker, representing the City of Temecula. Rick Peoples, representing Dr. Judy White, Riverside County Superintendent of Schools. And our final remarks will be by our Superintendent, Mr. Timothy Ritter of the Temecula Valley Unified School District. All right, Miss Brenda.
I thought I saw him.
Okay, yes. And Tom, did I call Tom? Tom Stinson? Where's Miss Tom? Tom, yeah. Okay, good.
See, people know now. Ready? Good morning! Good morning! Oh my God, you guys have been sitting here too long. You have eaten a big breakfast. I know it's been a long presentation, but come on, let's rock this thing. This is important, big stuff. Good morning! Good morning! I love it. I love it. This is my favorite program of the entire thing. Everything that I do, this is the one that I love the best. My name is Brenda Denstead, and I'm here today on behalf of our Congressman Ken Calvert, who wants to wish you a heartfelt congratulations on all of your efforts. To the parents, the students, the teachers, everyone who made this day possible. It is a wonderful, wonderful day of accomplishment to celebrate everybody that has had a part in this. So as myself, I have just spent the last couple of days welcoming my college student home. She spent her first year up at NAU, Northern Arizona University, and she got on the Dean's List both semesters. So parents, it is possible. They are excited. They bring a boatload of laundry home. So surprised, right? Students, realize that as you ride off into your college experience, that you and you alone are in charge of that experience. You now have to become the advocates for yourself. If things aren't going your way, you are the ones that need to speak up. It's not mom and dad anymore. It's you. You guys have the ability to be able to accomplish and succeed and apply yourself in the manner which you see fit to do. But you also have the responsibility to be the person to do that. So that early morning class, when you don't feel like getting up, guess what? You're actually paying for that class. So you need to realize that there are consequences to the choices that you make. I had a very long conversation on the 7-hour drive home with my daughter in the car, and she realized, Mom, I'm the one that got to control this entire year, and I made all the choices and made it all happen. And I said, yes, you did, and you did a fabulous job. And she said, I've talked to some of my friends who had that same experience, and that same honor to be able to choose what they were going to do. Some of them left college on academic probation. So realize that this is your choice and your choice alone. So strive for what you're going to strive for, succeed, live life, blossom, go out there and experience the world. It is at your fingertips. I wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Congratulations to you all.
Good morning. Hey, good morning. My name is Charles Walker. I'm representing the city of Temecula. I oversee the city's workforce development programs, education policy, internships, fellowships. On behalf of the mayor, city council, congratulations. The city manager would like to extend internships in his office to each of you this summer. If you're up to it, just get in touch with me, and congratulations.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Debbie Herrera here on behalf of Senator Jeff Stone's office, and this is Glenn Miller. He's our district director. He's the senator's boss, and he's also on the city council in Indio and drove down here this morning to be here with you. So thank you, Glenn, for doing that. We have this beautiful framed certificate from the senator. He wishes he could be with you here today. He's very, very proud of you students. So in your package, you'll have a beautiful framed certificate from him. Congratulations. This is, as Brenda said, my favorite way to start every morning. I'm sad that this is the last one for a few months, but very proud of you. Listening to all of you this morning, I realized that I have something in common with you. I have braces too. So that's about all I have in common with you guys. You guys are amazing achievers, and we're so proud of you. Axel, my niece is graduating this year from Francis Parker in San Diego. She was accepted to every UC college. She chose UCLA. So if you would look up Ashley Davis when you go there, that would be great. Tell her I said hi. So to make it short and sweet, I looked on the internet, found some quotes that I like, and make it real quick. This one I really loved. Every person you meet knows something you don't. Learn from them. Always borrow money from a pessimist. He won't expect it back. And lastly, now that you'll be graduating, just remember this. Bosses don't usually accept notes from your mother. Good luck.
Well, good morning. My name's Tom Stinson, and I'm here representing Assemblywoman Marie Waldron. And I'm very glad to congratulate you students on this tremendous achievement. You've set a standard for yourself now you're going to have to live up to. And we're going to give you these certificates as kind of an encouragement to keep going. That's a good thing. You need to keep going. You need to keep going forward with all the hard work and dedication that you've shown, because you truly are the leaders of tomorrow. That's not a cliche, that's the truth. And I also want to recognize the parents. This certificate is for you parents too. I'm a parent, and I know how much of what your children have accomplished is a result of what you have done for them through the course of their lives. So congratulations on this recognition, congratulations on your scholarship, and good luck in all your future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Brandon with Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez. And unlike Tom and unlike Brenda, I don't have a kid. I'm a little too young for that. I am the kid. And so I don't really have the experience of, I've watched my kids grow up. I'm looking at myself growing up. So I've kind of got that, I guess, that unique perspective as a recent graduate of Lake Elsinore District. When I graduated high school, I served a mission in British Columbia, Canada. And that was like my first out-of-home experience. Not only did I have to do my own laundry, but I had to do my own grocery shopping. I had to manage my schedule. I had to learn how to take a bus. So there's a lot of new and scary things. But I was told by one of my supervisors very early on that whether you think you can do something or whether you think you can't, you're absolutely right. So whether you think when you think you can do it or not, you're right. If you've got that confidence and that enthusiasm to do something, you can do it. But if you're going to go in pessimistic, not expecting it back, you're not going to be able to accomplish that. So just please, as you continue to grow and to experience new things, please continue to do what got you here. And as a small token of our appreciation, we brought you certificates from the Capitol just to show you how thankful we are for you. You are what makes this valley great. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Robin Rose, and I'm here on behalf of Supervisor Chuck Washington. Students, I want to congratulate you. You did it. You are the 2017 Temecula Students of the Year. And as you go off to college, I want to encourage you to follow your dreams and aspirations, take advantage of every opportunity and learning experience you can, and remember to always have fun. Thank you.
Good morning. I am not Dr. Judy White. You can see that. But I want to represent her here today. And so students, honesty time. How many of you are actually nervous about leaving home? That's right. Okay, parents, honesty time. How many of you already have plans for your kids' room? Exactly. I got caught measuring my daughter's room. I said, well, you know, my total gym will fit right here. So anyway, but seriously, I've had 5 children go through Temecula schools over 30 years, and that ends next week when my daughter graduates from Chaparral High. So thank you, Temecula educators. As a matter of fact, I have one son that went to every school on the list here today. So, but he's another story. So, the only advice I have for you is to be prepared. I was going to take notes about your stories, but I couldn't find my pen. So be prepared and enjoy your time. You know, you'll be leaving Temecula, but come back. I've been here a long time. I've got to stay here for a little longer. So on behalf of Dr. Judy White, who's not here today, by the way, it's our first female county superintendent since 1893. So we have no expense spared. There's plaque from the County Office of Education, which this year even has a frame on it. And although this one, I don't know who's this, Anna? We did yours upside down, we're sorry. But seriously, thank you for all you've done and congratulations. It's a lot of work and you represent us so well out there. Thank you.
Hello again. My name is Tim Ritter, and I am honored, and actually I always say I'm honored, but I am proud to serve this community as the superintendent. And every time I get an opportunity to do this, there are 2 things, but today 3 things that I'd like to accomplish. The first is to say thank you to everyone in this room who has sent a message loud and clear that there is a value in this community, a high regard for educational excellence, and that you have given of yourself in terms of your time and resources to contribute and give back. It means a lot. It means a lot to the educators in this room. It means a lot to our community, but most importantly, I think what you'll see is what it means to our students. When they walk away from here understanding that there's an appreciation not only for an educational system that provides for them quality, but also how they have applied themselves and how they have taken advantage of that opportunity. And all of us in here, I believe, have high hopes and belief that they are going to give back in many, many ways. To add to that, and to bring the second goal of this moment to fruition, my first day on the job in this community 16 years ago was a student of the month. And that is truth. I was hired kind of not in the middle of the year, but in November. I came to work, and I was told that we needed to go to a student of the month presentation, and in those days it was at lunchtime. And I'm thinking, great, we're going to go to one of our schools and we're going to give out stickers and clap for children, and bumper stickers that say my child is student of the month. That was my vision, because the community I had come from, and it was a good community, that's what student of the month was. And wow, was I in for a surprise. And this is where I want to go with this. We've said it a number of times. We have thanked Sally Myers for what she has done, but truthfully, to have a vision is one thing. To act on that vision and bring it to fruition is another thing. But to sustain that vision in such a significant way that it continues to impact a community and impact the lives of individuals within that community, like Student of the Month has, that needs to be recognized and that needs to be appreciated. So one more time, if we could, for the visionary Sally Myers. This program is a difference maker. It really is. And I know you appreciate it. I truly do. And so do I. And so finally, I don't expect that any of you here would remember the things that I said last time, so I'm not going to bore you and go back over that. But I really do hope that you, at your first Student of the Month, now that you're Student of the Year, you really did listen to what people said about you and those gifts and those talents and those traits that you have that are a part of your character, that are indelible to you, and that you continue to foster those, because they're going to make a difference. But I want to say, and I'm going to expose the mind of an old man to you, because today I sat, and I know I'm not the oldest man in the world, because in this room, because kids were driving to school when I worked. They weren't coming to school on horses, so I know that I'm not the oldest, but I am an old man, and to be honest with you, and I'm sorry if this gets random, because my mind doesn't. The synapses are. With age, they start to degrade, and so they're firing off in all kinds, and they bounce around in there. But I will tell you, there must have been 100 times, and that's not hyperbole, where I went, wow, I am awestruck by who you are and what you do at 17, 18 years old. And I may be the only one in the room that does this, and if I am, please don't tell me, because I don't want to feel really weird. But I sit there and I try to compare personally, and that's wrong, because it doesn't work for me. I sat there and tried to remember back when I was in high school. What was I thinking about? What was I doing? How was I contributing? Oh, that's a mistake, because it's so different than you. And I don't say that in a way to make you feel uncomfortable. I say that in a way where I'm going, wow, I wish I knew you when I was in high school, because you would have done what you do. You would have inspired me. You would have enlightened me. You would have enriched my experience in high school. I would have probably thought more about anything but food, because that was probably my world in high school. I love the humility that you bring up here. All of you are brilliant. You're inspirers, but yet you are so humble, and that comes across. And in some ways, it's self-deprecating, and I appreciate that. And be careful with that word. If you change a couple letters, it really changes the meaning of it. Self-deprecation, you know what that means. It's your humility is so powerful that you don't want to own who you are publicly in some ways. When I heard that I'm going to MIT, and if I believe I heard this right, and I'm going to be the dumbest student there, is that what I heard you say? And I know that you don't mean that, because you know that's not going to be the case. But for you to say that is to me so inspiring, because that means you don't want people around you to feel uncomfortable about your brilliance, about your gifts. And that's okay, but don't forget that you possess those things, because that's going to carry you so far. I walk away from here as an old man today learning something new, that there can be elegance in computer programming. I don't understand that. All I know is double click. I mean, and that has never felt elegant to me. But I heard that it can be. And I don't understand that, and I probably never will. But I appreciate it, and I respect that. But most importantly, what I heard today is I heard students either directly or indirectly by what you implied saying, you know, that your teachers, your administrators, your community have inspired you. But really, I want you to know this, that you have inspired every one of us in this room. Not just today, but by your actions, by what you do each and every day. I know I leave here today wanting to be better at what I do, because I want to make a difference. I want to touch the lives of the students in our school districts in a significant way so they can be more like you. I imagine, I can only guess what the parents in this room feel, and you need to be proud of what your children have accomplished. And I sat here today again many times going, is it nature or nurture? Is it nature or nurture? And it's probably a combination of both. And I want to give a shout out to the science teachers in this room. I think there are 4 or 5 of you that were up here today, and as a biology teacher for many years, I'm proud of you guys. But, you know, that's where my mind goes, nature or nurture. And then I heard Mrs. Diaz talk about reading Harry Potter. Harry Potter? Oh my gosh. Can you edit that out, please? Harry Potter to her children, and I'm going, okay, then there is a big nurture component, because I'm still hop on pop and green eggs and ham with my children, and they're 30 years old. So I mean, there's probably a reason they're not sitting here today, and I'm going to have to own that. But what I want you to know and walk away from here with is you have talents that are beyond just your academic prowess or your athletic skills. You have talents, gifts, and abilities that you need to make sure you continue to let shine. Because as I said earlier, I know if I were a student with you in high school or college, you would influence me, you would enlighten me, you would enrich my life in such a way, just being who you are and contributing the way you do. Please continue to do that in your lives as you go forward. You're going to be a success. You're going to knock it out of the park. But more than that, and I'm not saying this to put pressure on you, you guys don't need pressure, but understand that you are influencers and you're going to make a difference. And for that, I thank you, and for that, you need to know that you have inspired every one of us today. Congratulations.
I think that's like a standing ovation. That was incredible. My cup just overfloweth with joy here this morning. It's just incredible. And we are just about concluded with our program. And I know that we've all been taking notes about the students, and just a couple neat little phrases that each one of you shared. And Axel, you said, loves to lead through service. That's just outstanding. And Juliana, that you want to find things that you can physically do to contribute, and so you're going to do that. And Allie, just really appreciate you, and that you are a culture changer. And Liliana, what I loved about you is that you're prepared for that next step in life. That's so awesome. And Allie, where's Miss Allie? There you are. That you have such unique, independent perspective on things, and that you are going to be such a jewel with people around you. And Jamie, with Jamie, the pursuit of true happiness. And Chelsea, friendship is valuable. And Miss Anna, where's Miss Anna? There you are, Miss Anna. That your options will have an impact on others. So these are very strong statements that each of you have made, and we are so proud of you. And At the very end, we usually listen to John Maxwell, but today we're going to hear what he has to say about the word generosity. And we selected that word because each one of you are extraordinarily generous and selfless. And so this is what he says. No person was ever honored for what he received. Honor has been the reward for what he gave. So you are being honored today for how you have given of yourselves to others around you, how you have served others, you've made other people first, but in doing that, you have excelled, just like Mr. Ritter and the other dignitaries have said. So with that, we conclude our program. May God richly bless you. And what we're going to finish up with is Jimmy is going to take a picture of all of our students out front. And we're going to do a few group sessions. We're going to have you grab your bags. The gals have your baskets, your laundry baskets. They have your bags put together. You're going to carry those out front. And then we're going to line you up with the chairs, and we'll get some pictures with the family, with your principals. And if there's any businesses that like to have pictures and dignitaries, we'd love to make sure you're in those pictures as well. So until next September, we truly thank you very much. And as I said before, may God richly bless you. Thank you.